Hey everybody, welcome back to Paladins! Today is not about the gameplay, for which I have no idea what you'll be seeing, because today is about the Season 3 balance changes. The biggest balance changes ever! So they said. I'm not going to be talking about how cool Tiberius is, or about the new changes to the Battle Pass that make it easier to progress. I'm not going to be talking about the removal of the daily login bonuses, or how ranked just isn't worth it. Seriously, play 200 ranked games for a skin? If I play 200 ranked games, you better be at my door with some ladies looking to party, or a trip to the psych ward, because I clearly lost my mind if I'm 200 plus games into ranked. But I'm not talking about any of that today, just the changes that actually affect the gameplay. I'm going to start at the top, work my way down. Patch notes will be down in the basement. There are a lot of changes to get through, and I have thoughts. Granted, they should be taken with a grain of salt, as this was an off year for me, admittedly. I didn't play much, and when I did, it wasn't more than a few games. That's not on the game, that's a me thing. It's a very simple case of burnout. Now, this is hopefully going to be a shorter video than last year when I did the Season 2 thoughts videos, because it was 2 of them, and they were like over a half hour each, so hopefully we can condense that down. I'm going to be talking about all the changes, except for the ones made to cards, asterisks, unless they have changed those cards directly. You'll see what I'm talking about when we get into this. First up, item store. So they've increased starting credits from 400 to 450. That's good. They've lowered the cost of pretty much everything, with the exception of Illuminate, Master Riding, Bulldozer. I'm scrolling. And that's it. It seems like they want to go with more, I guess we'll call it natural survivability, because the things to point out here are morale boost, reduce the ultimate charge time from 15, 30, 45% to 10, 20, and 30%. With the reduced price, obviously. Bulldozer, reduced damage increase from 50, 100, and 150% to 20, 40, and 60%. That's big. Even bigger is Wrecker reduced shield damage increase from 75, 150, 225% to 20, 40, 60. That's big. Tanks are... I'm a tank and healer main. Support main, sorry. That makes me happy that my tanks will now be able to be tanky without having to worry about Carter or Wrecker 3 late game just melting my Nando's shield. But, well, I'll talk about it as we get into it. Cauterize, though. Healing reduction from 30, 60, 90 to 25, 50, 75. Not all too big, but still an improvement. I would have personally capped it off at 50%, but again, support main. They also increased the duration to 2 seconds. I don't know what the normal duration is, so there is that. So I'm just kind of scrolling through real quick, just kind of see what is up, you know? Cauterize, rejuvenate, from 10, 20, 30% to 5, 10, 15. I don't have the game up in front of me, so I'm not like, oh, this is what it does. Now on to, they've kind of got it compartmentalized. Saying things right is not my forte, but they've got them in groups, and they're all in alphabetical. Again, link in the basement, follow along. Front lines are up first, Ash. Battering Ram talent, reduced damage reduction from 90% to 75%. Reduce shield health from 3,000 to 2,000. This is a common thing that you will see pop up very regularly. They reduced Wrecker's increased damage, but they've also reduced shields as well as reduced Cauterize's effect, but also reduced healing output. That's why I said a natural survivability in this season. I'm kind of excited for it, because it's almost like, hey, It's skill-based now, kinda. You're not getting immense healing from these characters, or immense shielding from these characters. But you're also not able to melt like you were with Cauterize and Wrecker, obviously. Damage is still there a lot, and some things got buffed. I'm just like, Koga, why? We'll get to him. Battering Ram, though, reduced damage from 90 to 75. That is, if you're doing your shoulder tackle, you got damage reduction instantly. So, not as much, still a lot. Reduced shield health increase from 3,000 to 2,000 with Fortress Breaker. That you used to have, I believe, 8,000 health shield. Now it's 7,000. It's a nerf. Not too big of a nerf, though. Slugshot is last talent. Now increases your burst cannon's damage from 360 to 400. That's good. Nobody used Slugshot. It really seems like they wanted to boost talents that nobody used. It kind of makes more sense. Abilities. Burst Cannon reduced the damage from 400 to 360, so kind of the inverse of Slugshot, giving you more reason to use Slugshot. Siege Shield reduced its health from 5,000 to 3,500. That's a huge hit. But again, considering how they handled Wrecker, it evens out. Like, I read through this quickly the first time, and I'm like, they literally nerfed everybody's shields and everybody's health output. But, oh, that's right, they nearly destroyed Wrecker. Cauterize is still gonna be a problem, but healers didn't get touched that bad, you know? We'll get to it. Shoulder Bash, cooldown is from 15 to 14, so that got a second quicker. Woo! Cards, nothing big. Again, I'm not gonna go over cards unless it's like, old version was this, now it does this. She doesn't have any of those, it's just simple like, Watchtower, which gave her shield more health. Increases from 250 each level to 200. That's... I'm not going over things where you just look at your loadout when Season 3 starts in like a month and a half, and you go, oh, that number now bigger, or that number now smaller. I'm gonna cover the things that are like, that's not what I wanted it to do, or what it did before. I have to change that. Which is gonna be fun for me to go through. Crap, they changed, damn. Gotta change this, because it doesn't do what I wanted to do. Atlas. He would be the gameplay, but due to this, I'm probably not gonna be posting many Paladins videos after this. Until the patch comes out. That way it's like, fresh slate, okay, the changes are in effect. Atlas though. Abilities, Chrono Cannon, reduce the damage per shot 60 to 50. But now it deals 750 damage when it is fully charged. I don't know what it is normally. Isn't it like 900 normally? Again, game's not open. I'm not currently playing. I'll leave a little editor's note. Future me. Do the thing you do. Second chance, reduce time setback 5 seconds to 4 seconds. So you're instead of going back in time 5 seconds to 4 seconds? Okay. Cards. He did get a change. Phantom Pain was gained 10% per level. Lifesteal against enemies hit by setback for 5 seconds. I think they changed that overall a few months ago. Because I don't think that's it. I was gonna make an Atlas video. I was looking through my load. It's like, that used to be something different. New, hitting an enemy with setback, reduce cooldown of stasis field. That's what it is currently though, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's what it is I'm gonna have to hold on. Okay, I'm in the Matrix. Game. I mean, in the game. Thank you. Phantom Pain is, I'm looking at it right now, hitting setback reduces cooldown of stasis field by 1 second per level. That's not a change then. I like it the old way, but mid-season they kind of changed CC immunities and everything else like a few months ago. I remember seeing that patch note. Even though I wasn't playing, I was still keeping up with patch notes. Baddick. Tinkerin, reduced damage per shot from 560 to 480. And Fortify, reduced shield health from 3,000 to 2,000. Let's jack back into the Matrix and take a look at... I should probably put the thing up on my other screen, but... then I have to turn awkwardly to look at it. I was like, I'm probably just gonna do that anyway. I don't know why I'm complaining. Tinkering, yeah. Modify your blunderbuss to fire a single slug that deals 560. That's 480 now. Fortify, increase max health of your barricade by 3,000. That's now 2,000. I wonder if they're gonna keep the reduce its cooldown by 3 seconds. That would make sense to me. All right, now I've got it on my other screen, and I have to resituate. Barricade's health is now reduced from 5,000 to 3,000. Again, it looks like we're taking big nerfs here. Tank and support squad. I don't know, sure. Half of the player base, I guess. But again, Wrecker being nerfed so heavily, or change. It's not a nerf. It's what it should have been from the start. 225% damage to shield at 3. Stupid. Yeah, shield health is now from 5 to 3,000. Rocket Boots increase movement speed while Rocket Boots is active by 10%. So Rocket Boots are now going to take you far and fast. Turrets, they've increased the health from 600 to 1,000 and reduced base deploy time from 3 seconds to 2 seconds. And the Dome Shield took a big hit, halving its health from 20,000 to 10,000. I don't know which way to look at this one. Because like his shield, both his shields got a hit, and Fortify took a hit. Tinkerin took a hit, but Architectonics is still the same, and they got a huge. The turret's got a big buff from 600 health to 1,000, and a second less deploy time.
5.
So I don't know how to look at that.
3,
Also,
2,
he's got a couple of card changes. Field deploy, reduce the deploy time of your turret. Is now hits with your turret heal you. That's very good, actually. That's very nice. Double times Rocket Boots card. Increase the movement speed of Rocket Boots by 10%. Now heal 80 per level per second for 4 seconds after activating Rocket Boots. Survivability on a tank. Who would have thought? And finally, one man scrap. When your turret is destroyed, heal for 100 per level for over 5 seconds. When a turret is destroyed, reduce your active cooldowns by 10% per level. So if you want to go glass cannon turret, you can. I don't know why you would, but okie dokie. Nando, pretty boy, he is still pretty. Do not worry, everybody. Scorch now deals 30% more damage to first target hit. Okay. Okay, I was looking at the game and then kind of like, wait a minute, why is that a nerf? Now deals 30% more damage to the first target, but reduced damage increase on subsequent targets hit from 45% to 20%. That would kind of even out, wouldn't it? If you're dealing 30% more damage to the first target hit and subsequent hits are increased by 20%, that's kind of averaging out, I think. Probably not. Flame Lance, reduce self-slow by 15%. Increase the cooldown of Fireball from 6 to 7 seconds. And his shield took a hit from 8,000 health to 5,000 health. So, you're not going to move as slowly with Fire Lance, or Flame Lance, rather. And you're not going to be shooting fireballs like crazy. Kinda, it's only an increased second, but if you played Paladins for any number of time, you know that 1 second, even half a second, even a quarter of a second, that you don't have your ability up, or off cooldown, you're going to pay. You're going to be hit hard, probably. So, you know, maybe. He does get one change, looks that kill. Used to generate 20 ammo per level for each enemy hit with fireball. Now it reduces the cooldown of charge by 0.6 seconds per level. It also seems like they're going with natural survivability as well as movement speed, you know? Like Rocket Boots now is faster and his charge is up more because of his one ability. Next, Inara. Her worst talent is finally meh, I guess. Tremors, you know, the one that reduced cooldown of impasse by 70%. Useless. Now it has 2 charges. Impasse has 2 charges, but you cannot destroy them, and impasse's cooldown is reduced to 12 seconds. It is normally 15 seconds, but now you have 2 charges and it's 12 seconds. There's no reason you shouldn't use Mother's Grace or Treasure's Ground since they did not get touched, and they are way better. Impasse, though, the deployable health is now 5,000 instead of 8,500. As well as her card change plateau increased the duration of impasse by 0.5 seconds per level is no longer. It now, activating it, grants a 75 health shield per level. So that's really good. I gotta give it a thumbs up. Con. He's got a bunch of card changes, but not really talent or ability-wise. Storm of Bullets no longer provides 10 ammo. That just makes him shoot faster, right? I believe so. Storm Bullets increase your attack speed by 40% and your max ammo count by 10, but reduce damage per shot by 25. So no longer plus 10 ammo. Death Hands is a thing. Heavy Repeater reduced damage from 200 to 180. Battle Shout reduced cooldown from 15 to 14, and his shield is reduced from 6,000 to 3,000. When they say balances, I didn't imagine they were like, we're gonna actually balance things. So far, I'm pretty happy with the tanks. And I'm looking at my counter, we're almost 18 minutes in. This might be split up into 2 categories, defense and offense, so we'll see. His cards, though, only got 1 change. Shield Wall increases your health of your Bulwark by 2% per level. No longer that. It's instead increased the health of your Bulwark by 200 per level. I don't know the equivalent exchange there. I think it's probably evening out, though. Because if his shield health is halved from 6,000 to 3,000, you could probably put 1,000 health on that at +5, I'm assuming. I bet it evens out. Like, this is something again, this is a major patch I would have to get my hands on and be like, okay, sure. Any hoozle. Makoa, rejoice, Pluck Koa fans. Pluck Koa is now kinda back. Pluck, increase the damage bonus from 65% to 75%. So you're doing more damage when you hook somebody. Get good at I was gonna say get good at hooking. Not the phrase, no, well, not what I mean it to be. Leviathan, though, no longer grants crowd control immunity. I read that and I got immediately sad. And then I read a bit further down, Ancient Range now has CC immunity at base. So, Leviathan is a go-to of mine. I do like it a bit because it does give him 600 additional max health. I'm reading that for the first time in a while. I believe it gave him more last time, but 600 health is still nothing to scoff at. Cannon, though, reduced the damage from 650 to 550. Increased your ammo count 4 to 5. That's good. Dredge Anchor's cooldown is increased 11 to 12. Dredge Anchor, I don't think they ever know how to really work it. You know, everybody runs Strong Arm, which reduces its cooldown by 2.5, so to my knowledge, and by knowledge I mean scrolling down, no, it did not, Strong Arm did not get a change. Shield, much like Khan, is halved in health, 6,000 to 3,000, and its cooldown reduced 16 seconds to 15 seconds. His cards do not get touched. Rom, though, does get touched. His Gatling now does reduce damage per shot from 45 to 40. And the card everybody uses, including myself now, because somebody pointed out, hey, this is a common build people do. It is Hellish Lodestone. I have trouble saying Hellish, apparently. Damage reduction reduced from 5% per level to 3%. So, reduce your damage taken by 25% for 3 seconds after activating ignition. I cannot talk right now. What, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15? So 15% damage reduction. To be honest, yeah, he needed it. He's a bit too beefy when he activates ignition with that card. Had to be said. Ruckus, though. I had no segue. Flux capacitor. Wrong. No, Marty. Flux generator. Shield health increase or decrease. Sorry. What? Oh, flux capacitor. Generator. Increase shield granted by emitter by 1250. No longer. It's only 1,000. Rocket barrage. You may hold up to 3 charges of missile launcher. Now, increase your missile launcher's area of effectiveness from 15 units to 25 units. So I'm assuming they're giving missile launcher a bigger AoE. That's the only thing I can think of. Reduces emitter shield from 2,500 to 2,000. Missile launcher, increase base capacity from 1 to 3. Increase the cooldown from 8 seconds to 10 seconds. Reduce the damage 2 times 250 to 2 times 225. And it now has a 25% damage fall off at max range. I don't understand. Quick loader. Increase your reload speed by 7% per level for 5 seconds after getting an elimination. No longer. Just increase your reload speed by 10% per level. I don't really have a problem with his reload, but then again, that's it. Terminus, though. I don't have segues. I'm gonna put a side note here. You gotta fix Terminus and make him playable before you can actually buff or nerf him. Thank you. Counterfall. Reduce the cooldown from 15 to 12. Reanimates. That's his ult. Damage reduced from 4,000 to 2,600. Squishies, beware. Big beef boys. You're fine. He got 1 card. He gets a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 card changes. Only 1 is an actual change and not like just a numbers thing. Blood and Stone. I believe that's when you hit with Shatterfall, you gain lifesteal. Gain lifesteal for 3 seconds after effect. Yeah, affected by Shatterfall. Gain 10% power siphon charge for each enemy hit with Shatterfall. That's one of those ones where I'm gonna forget about and go to play Terminus and go, that's not. I thought I got health regen. Nope. Torvald. Is he the last one? Yes, he is. Reduced base health from 3,300 to 3,000. Increase your passive shield health from 1,800 to 2,000. Kind of an even trade-off. Thanks, Grandpa. Changed. Used to increase the duration of protected by 2 seconds. Now it increases protection shield health by 500. So you're giving somebody a guaranteed 500 health. That's good. Direct current. Nullified deals 450 more damage. No longer. It just increases its range by double. That's not a good trade-off. That card sucks now. Field Study, which is what everybody uses. Reduced damage increase from 15% to 10%. Thanks, Grandpa. Protection increase the duration from 3 to 4 seconds. Reduce shield health from 2,000 to 1,000. And reduce the cooldown from 8 seconds to 6 seconds. Yeah. What? I'm trying to heads or tails of this. Thanks, Grandpa. Increases protection shield health by 500. So it would be 1,500 instead of 1,000. Okay. Nullify. Reduce duration from 2.5 seconds to 2. Reduce range from a whole 51 units to a whole 50 units. Super big change there. Recharge. Cooldown reduced from 15 to 14 seconds. Shield generation is increased from 2125 to 2200. That's a odd number, 2125. Hyper Beam reduced tick rate from 0.1175 seconds to 0.1. Ooh, big change. Increase the damage per tick though from 50 to 55. That's actually pretty big. He gets a bunch of card changes. Vital Grasp, heal for 75 after activating Recharge now instead of increase the amount of shield generated by Recharge. So activating Recharge no longer... What? Increase the amount of shield generated by Recharge is no longer, but instead you heal for after activating Recharge. Okay. Life Giver, old, heal for blah after using protection. Now you heal your protection targets. Okay, so you're healing them instead of healing you. That's the trade-off. Reduce time shaper. Reduce the cooldown of protection. Instead now grants ammo to your target.
Is unstoppable.
Okay. So he's a lot now. Just give them a shield. They get bonuses. Cool, cool, cool. Support. Up first, Furia. Her Solar Blessing now reduces the speed of Fire Strike by 40%. I don't know if that's all it's going to do, because that makes no sense, because it's what everybody uses. Fire Strike comes in contact with your ally, will stop and heal anyone in its beam for 300 every 0.05 seconds. I wonder if they're just changing to, now it won't stop, but it will just move at 40% slow. Okay. Her ability, Kindle Soul, heal over time from 500 to 400. And we're changing Hallowed Sight, Fire Strike. Hitting Fire Strike causes you to not consume ammo is now, or generate Wrath for hitting an enemy with Fire Strike. That's her big thing. It's the best way I can describe it. Light Forge, reduce the cooldown of Kindle Soul. Hitting Kindle Soul now reduces the cooldown of Fire Strike by 5 seconds. This effect can only occur every... And then a weird bracketology I don't understand. Devout Dexterity. Instead of granting reload speed, you now grant ammo via eliminations.
Killing spree.
Okay, you can kind of see what I was talking about, where they reduced Cauterize by 15. No. Yeah, 15%. So they're kind of taking the overall healing of people down a bit. Again, a balance. Who knew? Speaking of balances, Grok. Dev commentary. We will be watching PTS before making any changes to Grok. They don't know what to do with Grok. Oh boy. I feel like that should have been the dev commentary for Terminus. Grover. Rampant Blooming. Reduce healing per second 150 to 100. I don't understand that, because Rampant Blooming, allies healed by Blossom will heal for an additional 450 over 3 seconds?
Sniper, don't lose your head.
I feel like that's a typo, and it should be, instead of 450 to 400? But I don't know. Deep Roots, increase bounce distance by 5%. Don't get excited, it's a whole 20 units to 22 units. Woo! Something really cool now they've done with Vine, you can now hold down the ability button, whatever it may be, and you will have a marker appear in the world. And you will only be able to hit that target that is valid. So I'm assuming that means you can now pre-plan where you're gonna go with Vine instead of just like, thwip, miss, oops. I hope, at least. Blossom, reduce healing from 900 to 750, but they increased the base range from 60 units to 80 units. So it's a bigger area, slightly less healing. I can dig it. Something else that I can dig. Heavenly Agility. Instead of increasing the pull speed of Vine, you now gain a shield for 3 seconds after using Vine. That's good. Fatalis. Hitting an enemy with Crippling Throw increases your movement speed. No longer! Hitting an enemy with Crippling Throw reduces the cooldown of Blossom. So they're kind of putting in more new dynamics and combos that kind of do with these card changes. Because I don't think I would have ever ran Fatalis on any of my builds. In fact, I'm looking at them now. No, none of them have it. So, good. I'll probably throw that in both my builds. EO! Goddess's Blessing reduced damage reduction from 25 to 15. So, no longer will your people you're healing be as bulky, or take that much less damage. Yeah. Lifelink, reduce healing per second from 300 to 180. That is her... What's her pet? What's her pet? Luna. Had to look it up. Luna will now heal 180 instead of 300 with that. Still gonna be my go-to card. Sacrifice now resets the cooldown of Luna's Deploy. I don't, it's another one of those ones where it's like I gotta see it in the game to be like, okay, this is what it does now. Sacrifice. If Io falls below 200 health while Luna is active, she trades places with Luna, heals for 50% of her health, and Luna dies in her stead. Will that just change to now resets the cooldown of Luna's deploy, or I don't understand. Again, I will have to see it in the PTS or when it's released on console. I don't know. Lunar Leap, increase cooldown from 10 to 12 seconds. Moonlight, reduce healing per tick 150 to 120. And Luna's stun is now on an 18-second cooldown instead of 15. They changed Moonwalk, which lowered your gravity and increased your air control while using Moonlight, to now increase your Moonlight capacity. I don't know what that means. Oh no, Moonlight, never mind. Wait. What? I think they made an oopsie. So I think they meant Lunar Leap air control.
Killing spree.
Maybe. I don't know. What are they? Let me check. Gosh darn it. But what am I looking at? Moonwalk. I don't have it on any of my builds. Hells yeah. How good I think it is. No, lower your gravity and increase your air control by 50% while using Moonlight. So I guess you can backflip and then use it and you'd have better, I don't know. Now it increases your capacity. I'll probably be using that on some of my builds. Pretty good. Janos, Power Cosmium, increased power from 360 to 480. Still not gonna use it. Ability, because they didn't touch freaking Luminary. Like, at all. So why would I use Power Cosmium instead of Luminary? I won't. Star Splitter now has more ammo, 6 more ammo to be exact, from 24 to 30. Your healing will be reduced from 220 to 180, as well as have a reduced cooldown from 8 seconds to 7 seconds.
Enemy killing spree.
You're still gonna be doing a ton of healing, because it's still healing them for 300 up front and then an additional 180 every second for 10 seconds. That's still a lot. Plus you're reducing the cooldown. It's gonna be up more. He got no cards. Now Dumba now. Let's talk Dumba. Dumba, you're looking a little good lately. Wakano's Curse is no longer a talent. It is now renamed to Ripened Gourd, which was one it already had. But now it's back, I guess. The effect is not. But Mending Spirits can now be used on enemies to deal 560 damage over 2 seconds. I don't think anybody used that ever. But now it is Gourd no longer damages enemies, but its healing effects are double. It's something to think about, you know? Especially since Spirit's Chosen, the healing is reduced from 300 to 200. So you're no longer immediately healing your target for 300, it's 200. As well as reduce the healing per second on Mending Spirits from 280 to 250. Throwing them gourds might be something to look at. Otherworldly Slither. The Slither card. Slytherin. It's just called Otherworldly. My brain erased the brackets around it. You used to gain movement speed for 3 seconds after Slither ends, but now you gain a shield after Slither ends. Good. Snake Pit used to just gain flat reload speed, but now it's just flat movement speed. Movability. Movability. My boy Pip. My boy Pip. Combat Medic. Reduce the healing from 750 to 700. That's cool. Mega Potion is where it's at. Catalyst. Reduce damage increase from 40% to 30%. Especially after Catalyst nerf, Mega Potion is where it's at. Healing Potion was reduced from 1200 to 1000 healing. And cards. Escape Artist no longer gives you damage reduction after waitlist, but increases the duration of waitlists overall. Acrobat's Trick. I might have to use it after this, because it used to just give you a flat reload speed. Flat as in flat percentage, no action required, just standard. New weapon hits reduce the cooldown of Healing Potion by 0.1 second per card level. Probably gonna have to throw that in some builds, because that seems really good. Cirrus, Soul Orb, you got more ammo. 2 to be exact. 12 to 14. Shadow Travel, time to enter Shadow Travel from 1 second to 0.8 seconds. And now increase your movement speed by 25%. Restore Soul, reduce healing over the ability's 1.5 second duration from 2000 to 1400, but halve the cooldown from 4 seconds to 2 seconds. Those are good. 0.2 seconds might not seem like a lot, but again, if you played this game for any amount of time, that 0.2 seconds could be life or death. Bane is now changed. He no longer was born in the darkness. He just kind of accepts it. Every soul charge you detonate, reduce the cooldown of Restore Soul. No longer every soul charge you detonate, increase your movement speed for a max of 15. Everybody gets a movement speed boost. Soul Forge. Instead of the cooldown, reducing the cooldown of Soul Forge, it increases the range at which Restore Soul heals adjacent allies. Is that something they changed and I just like blinked and missed it? Yes, they changed Restore Soul. Target ally restore 200 health over 1.5. Nearby allies are healed for 30% of the healing time. So now Soul Forge will increase the range at which adjacent allies are healed. Sorceress, I guess, has changed. Used to be gain flat reload speed, but now increase your recharge rate. I think. That's very weird wording. Last but not least, Ying! We will be watching PTS before making changes to Ying. Cool. Flanks! Man, we're only halfway through this, and we're like 40 minutes in. If y'all get to like smite levels of champions, these won't happen anymore, because then they'll be like 4-hour videos. Andro, though. Nether Step, increase the dash distance by 10%, so you can go a little bit farther. Featherweight, reduce damage taken by 6% per level while drifting in the air. No longer. You heal for flat 50 per level every 1 second while drifting. Quick Draw no longer increases your speed, reload speed, but increases your max ammo. Next, Buck. Ensnare, decrease the damage bonus from 30 to 20%, but increase the duration from 2 to 2.5. So you're no longer... You're doing 10% less... How do I phrase this? Your damage bonus is decreased, but you can do that damage longer. Sure. Now the sad part of Buck. Giga Siphon used to be you gain lifesteal after activating recovery. No, now you just gain movement speed while recovery is active. Boo. Exhilarate. Used to be heal for blah 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 if you hit a champion with Heroic Leap. Nope. Now, hitting at least one champion with Heroic Leap reduces its cooldown. That can happen once every 5 seconds. And, No Escape used to be increased movement speed by blah for 5 seconds after getting a killing blow. Now it is increased movement speed by blah for 5 seconds after getting a killing blow or elimination. Why can't you just leave my monk with a shotgun alone? He was fine the way he was. Eevee, Flicker. No, these are she just got card changes, and really, she got the biggest buff of all time in this patch. Keep moving used to be increasing movement speed while out of combat. Useless. Now, increase maximum health by 30. I hope it's not just 30 health per level, and I hope it's actually something substantial. But we'll see, because at 5, that would be only 150 health. And yeah, she's like the weakest champion of them all with 1800 health. So that would bring up to 1950. Lol, especially, hey, Koga is next. Everybody's favorite. Increased his base health from 1900 to 2000. Cool. His SMGs reduced the damage fall off at range and reduced weapon spread at range. That seems like a buff. Dragon Stance now costs 20 energy to switch into Dragon Stance, so that's good. It also decreased the rate of energy decay by 40%. Why would you buff him? Like, they did change his memento card, generate ultimate charge after getting a killing blow. It now increases your max ammo. Hey, Evil Mojo, why would you buff him? The crap, man. I just don't get it. Lex got card changes, but nothing really to write home about. Maeve, same thing, except predation, increase your movement speed by % while out of combat. No longer! Reduce the cooldown of Prowl by 0.2 seconds each time you hit an enemy with a dagger. That seems really good. Moji! Snack attack. Health drops are now visible and are able to be picked up by teammates. Healing reduced per health drop from 800 to 600. I don't know if that means they pick those up and they get that health. Which, if that's what it means, just make her a support, like you guys were rumored to be doing. Boom boom! Reduce the damage done by exploding magic mark to enemies near the target from 100% to 75%. You're still dealing a hell of a lot of damage, so not really that big. Toot now applies its healing as a single application heal over time rather than a persistent cloud. It's another one of those ones where it's like, I have to see it in action in order to be like, yes, okay. Cards, it's one. Harmonious, it's a magic barrier card. Heal for blue after being hit by magic while magic barrier is active. That is changed to reduce your damage taken by blue for 2 seconds after magic barrier ends. So, if you play Moji and you're like me and you've been out in the open after magic barrier ends, you probably want to throw this card on your builds. Sky, everybody's favorite. Her and Koga, just yeah, if you're a PC player, you don't have them or Victors. Console folk, show up. Smoke and Dagger used to heal allies for 400 every 1 second. No longer? This one's weird. Reduced healing from 400 per second to 200 per second. Sky now applies her smokescreen card benefits to allies within smokescreen and increases the smokescreen duration by 1 second. Why? Why? Can we just go? Let's just do a quick thing here. Things that her smokescreen can do. Smokescreen. Increase your movement speed. Heal, while after entering smokescreen.
Victory!
Great. That's literally the only two, right? Yeah. Although they changed some cards. Spectre no longer increases the duration. It now generates ammo after entering a smokescreen. Can only apply again after being out of smokescreen for 4 seconds. So now you can increase your friend's movement speed, heal them even more, and regen their ammo.
You know?
Fantastic. Why? Why? I know she's got certain assets that the community loves, but come on. Talus does too, and Talus doesn't get nearly a big bonus. Dark Vision, now grants ult charge from hitting enemies instead of killing.
2, 1. Don't show
I don't.
No mercy.
It's one of those things I have to look at now. Thanks. Oh, it used to be generate 5% ult charge after getting a killing blow with Blitz Upper. Now it just gives it to you. They also reduce its charge from 5% per level to 3. Relic, Affinity. Instead of generating ammo for each enemy hit, increases the knockback. And Spirited no longer increases reload speed, but it increases your health by 50. He gets a bigger health regen than Eevee. And he has more health than Eevee. The frack. Zin, Yomi, removed extended range and piercing effect. That's kind of a big hit for him, isn't it? The big thing was like, oh, it has extended range and it pierces. That's kind of a huge blow to him. Shit, crap. Infernal Blade. Your heavy hit with Infernal Blade now pierces enemies and has extended range. Oh, so never mind. He's broken still. You can literally just run Smolder. And, oh, fudge. Billow, increase the duration from 1.5 to 2 seconds. Why do you favor Anchor? Fuel for the fire, instead of gaining lifesteal after whirl, increase your movement speed. Cool. Viciousness, generate ammo, successfully countering an attack, reduce the cooldown of counter after successfully hitting an enemy with counter. So there's that, I guess. Like, no longer generate ammo on counter attack. Constant counters in has been dead for a while, but now this kind of really enforces that counter is dead. Kind of. That'll do it for flank. Damage, the last of them. The last. BK has 1 change to his cards, and that's it. Fallout, reduce Grumpy, the cooldown of Poppy Bomb for each enemy hit by Grumpy Bomb. No longer. Increase Grumpy Bomb's stun duration. I'm gonna assume up to half a second. Ooh. Boy, howdy. Wow, okay. That's all for him, though. Cassie, big game talent. Reduce the additional max health damage from 10 to 8. Not that big. You're still gonna be melting people. Dodge roll, reduce. It says reduce base cooldown from 5 seconds to 7 seconds. That's not a reduction. That's an increase. Onslaught, her card, change. Gain lifesteal after first weapon shot after using dodge roll. You know, the big one. Oh, hey, now activating dodge roll heals you. Crap. Cassie is going to be everywhere now. Dredge would be up next, but he did not get a damn thing except for normal card change. Same for Drogo's. Cool, cool. My dragon boy gets nothing. Imani, though, good lord, Imani's gonna take the most time. Or Kinessa. I haven't scrolled this far down. No, Kinessa. Holy crap. Imani, Frostbolt, as this effect goes for Fireball as well. Remove in-hand, offset, and remove mid-air inaccuracy. As for both Frostbolt and Firebolt. Elemental Shift, reduce the cooldown from 8 seconds to 6 seconds. Frostbomb, increase projectile speed from 40 to 60. That's not helping me. It's a visual thing. Reduce root duration from 1.5 1 second, though, so you will be hit by it, but won't be stuck for an extra 0.5 seconds. Frostglide, increase movement speed by 10% and increase its duration from 3 seconds to 4 seconds. Hey, remember when I said she was going to take the longest? Nope. She got card changes, but nothing major. Kinessa, Oppressor Mine. Increase the range from 40 units to 50 units. Increase their health from 100 to 200, and increase their damage from 20 to 25. Transporter, decrease time it takes to teleport from 1.3 seconds to 1.1. Again, 0.2 seconds, doesn't seem like a lot. Haha, means everything. Sniper mode, decrease time it takes to reach maximum charge from 1.4 to 1.3. That could be the difference of getting a kill or not. Card change, restore. It used to be heal a percent of your max health after teleporting with teleporter. Now it is heal for 25% of your max health after teleporting with transporter. Can activate every insert bracket that I don't understand here. So it's a flat. Did that actually really just go up to 50%? Yeah, couldn't it? Wow, so they're cutting that in half, but now it's like it can act. That's weird. That's a weird. I don't know about that. Power supply used to be killing blow, generates ammo. Psych. Reset the cooldown of transporter by after dropping 2 or below X number amount of health. Yeah. Leanne. Precision, increase max damage bonus 5 to 7 per stack, but reduce max stacks from 5 to 4. That's it. Shaolin, recurve, increase draw rate reduction from 15 to 25, so you can draw your bow back quicker. Explosive arrows is now sand trap. So there's that. It used to impaler arrow now explodes in a 17 unit radius area on. You get it, you know. Yeah, dealt 300 damage, applied a knockback, but can no longer stun. Lol, now crippling arrow now explodes in a 20 unit radius area, dealing additional 100 damage and crippling all enemies for a second. Okay. Desert Shadow. Desert Silence. Increase the damage of your first weapon shot. Nope. Crippling Arrow now silences enemies. So, talking a lot about crippling arrows, aren't they? Yeah, well, Withdraw reduced its cooldown from 15 to 12 seconds. Impaler Arrow is now Crippling Arrow. Instead of knocking enemies back and stunning them if they hit a wall, the next shot fired from your bow applies a cripple on hit for 2 seconds. There's that. Here's one of his biggest changes, and actually one of the biggest changes overall. Planted, no longer. It is rapid shot. You know, you used to plant yourself, quickly fire off, say a barrage of arrows, each dealing, say 800 damage per arrow. No! Rapidly fire off a barrage of arrows, each dealing 500 damage per arrow. Players can now move while firing this ability, reduce the cooldown from 18 to 15 seconds, decrease number of shots from 7 to 5, decrease duration from 2.3 to 1.8, decrease damage per shot from 800 to 500, reduce your movement speed by 20% while this ability is active. That sounds familiar. I just don't know from where. Wind Wall used to reduce damage while you were planted. Hitting an enemy with the arrow God. Hitting an enemy with an arrow fired during rapid shot applies a slow for 2 seconds. You could just be cripple and slow. Everything. Run them down. Increase your movement speed after hitting with the Impaler Arrow. Nope. Now you increase the duration of Crippling Arrow's effect by 0.1 seconds per level. Damn, Shaolin. Look, you looking okay, I guess. I'll call you good, but I don't really play you. Speaking of people I don't play, Strix. Decreased his health from 2100 to 2000. His pistol takes a huge shot from 220 base damage to 165. His accuracy is reduced by 20%, but his ammo is increased from 10 to 15. Talents unauthorized use decreased damage from 400 to 250. And they changed Crack Shot. No longer hitting an enemy with Talon Rifle increases the damage you deal with your pistol, but Talon Rifle now deals an additional 60 damage over 3 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. This damage refreshes on additional hits. Talon Rifle can no longer headshot. That is freaking huge.
Show no mercy.
I guess the trade-off is fair. You're going to be doing 60 damage dots over 3 seconds, which can stack up to 90 damage over 3 seconds. So, I don't know, man. Crits are, what, 1.5? I don't know if that's a good trade-off. That'll do it for Strix. Tyra, we're slowly... No, we're not. I'm scrolling. No, we're not even... We're close, but not that close. Tyra, Burn Monster, reduced the bonus damage from 50% to 30%. Now applies a 60% reduced healing effect. God, why is... Why? You're buffing everybody who doesn't need buffs. Why would you do this? Why would you hurt me? I wonder if now that reduced healing effect, it replaces the cripple. I hope, because Burn Monster's gonna be super broken. Abilities, Auto Rifle, reduce damage from 120 to 105, increase the ammo from 26 to 35, reduce damage fall off at range by 18%, and reduce weapon spread by 5%. So her Auto Rifle is still really good. Shocker. Firebomb, reduce the cooldown from 18 seconds to 15 seconds, and it no longer applies reduced healing effect. Card, the only one that changes Napalm. Using Firebomb generates 4 ammo. No longer. Using Firebomb heals you over 2 seconds. That'll do it for her. I just read Victor's thing. You know, the big change would be Cardio, no longer. Infinirun, no longer. It's not it. Unless I scroll down. Doesn't appear to be. Cardio, reduce healing per second from 400 to 300. You know, Victor needs an overhaul again. Take his Infina Sprint out. And take Cardio out. I did it. For you. Pay me. Guerrilla Warfare. Instead of gaining reload speed after Hustle ends, reduce the cooldown of Frag for every 1 second Hustle is active. On the move. Gain movement speed while cooking a frag grenade. LOL. Gain movement speed for 2 seconds after throwing a frag grenade. Huge difference. I gotta check his cards for this one. It is looking for it currently. Hit and run. Increase your movement speed by % for 4 seconds after getting a killing blow. Now it applies when getting an elimination, and its movement speed benefit is reduced from 10% to 5% per level. That's it for him. Vivian. Her talent, suspect everyone. Was you and your deploy will take 20% less damage from enemies revealed by your sensor drone. It is now Deflector Shield's health is increased by 350 and its cooldown is halved if destroyed by an enemy. This effect can only occur once every 9 seconds. Okay, can we just actually be really real here? If you're playing Viv, there's no way in hell you're not using Opportunity and Chaos. It didn't get touched. It's still God tier. I don't know what you're talking about. Her cards, Informants instead of heal for X amount after getting a killing blow revealed by a sensor drone. It is heal for insert amount here when an enemy champion that is being revealed by your sensor drone dies. So you don't need to kill it. If it's revealed and dies, you will still get the healing. Cool. Willow. Blast Flower reduced the duration from 3 seconds and reduced bonus damage from 100 to 80. Blast Flower, hitting an enemy with your weapon shots increases the damage they take from your weapon shots by 100 for 5 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. So lasts for 3 seconds and it's 80 instead of 100. Abilities, Dead Zone, increase the cooldown from 15 to 16 seconds. Cards Photosynthesis instead of gaining movement speed after Seedling. Increases projectile speed of Seedling. Shenanigans is what I would call these buffs to everybody that's not Tyra or Victor. Or Koga or Scott. Old movement speed for 4 seconds after entering Dead Zone. After entering Dead Zone, increase your movement speed. What? Oh, it's instead of going through Dead Zone, get the increase in movement speed. It's now just activated. Cool. That's it. Still an hour-long video. That's it. Probably gonna split these up. It probably is already split up. It's probably part 1, part 2 again. They said biggest changes of all time. Yeah, no, yeah, they're correct. They're correct. There's a lot of interesting things in there. Like, I'm excited that, hey, my tankiness can now be tanky into the late minutes of the game. That's kind of why I stopped playing Siege, because me being a tank on point was useless. Because my shield would get demolished immediately out of spawn because of everybody on their team having Wrecker 3. Cauterize I wish got touched more, but it's a step in the right direction, and God knows what they'll do for mid-season. I don't know. I like it's again, I said it before, it all seems like it's natural survivability instead of who you have on your team, you know?
Let's go.
Like, you can be more tanky and still heal, and now you can heal, but your tankiness and your healer's output is now reduced. So, I'm excited to see what the next season brings. I'm probably not going to be posting many. I have one planned, or in the back pocket. But probably outside of that, probably not going to do anything until the new season starts. That way we get a good feel for things. Like, it's gonna be Atlas. I said it at the end of the last video. he gets virtually nothing.
Let's do it again.
Nothing changed. Except the damage reduction. And, he got nerfed, so he got nerfed. He got touched, but in a bad way. I don't know. I'm looking forward to the season. I'm looking to get back into it. I'm starting to get back into the grand scheme of things. I'm no longer burned out. I'm excited for the other stuff that I didn't talk about, like Tiberius. Tiberius looks super dope. Ranked can suck my butt. I don't care. The season pass stuff changing now that it's like it's easier to get through. I think that's kind of what burned me out in the first place, trying to grind for those levels, trying to get these skins. It's no longer 100 levels, it's 80 levels, and there's no overcharge. But every level is now the same amount of experience. The skins look dope. I want to get all these skins. Like the last Battle Pass, I couldn't care about Ying. Whatever, I have like some of her better ones. I don't care about mermaids. I'm a little bummed they're taking out the daily login. But I think that's because they might have seen some data that we have not seen. I'm going to take a wild swing at the fence and say they saw a lot of people logging in for their daily bonuses, but then immediately logging out, like logging in for 90 seconds and then logging out. And if you're developing a game, it's like, oh, that hurts. You want people to play. You want people to not just stop in, get their login, see what the deal of the day is, and then bounce. You want people to play. But they did add the 450 crystals that you would get from the daily login to the free track in the battle pass. So they said on the show, you get 600 crystals, enough to buy the battle pass if you complete level 1 through 80. And now all the challenges are unlocked from the gate. Like, I'm just reading some of the stuff. Each individual challenge now awards 150,000 battle pass experience instead of being bundled into tiers. This, yeah. Like, it's all great stuff. I'm excited for this season. Like, I'm excited to see what comes. Scrolling. Like, the season pass is extended through the next year. Like, I bought the season pass being like, oh, you know, you get all the you get the 6 or 7 champions that they release and a bunch of additional things. It's like $20. It's worth it, you know? In my mind, it was worth it to get it because I played the game a lot then. But now it's like, no, we'll get every new champion as they are released in 2020. Plus, all the talents unlocked instantly. A season pass, limited rare skin, additional uncommon skin, the emote, the pose. Like, that's huge. These are huge things for them to do. So, like, I like that they're doing this. I'm happy to support Hi-Rez and Evil Mojo doing this. It's cool. I've been rambling for longer than I need to. A Tigrin's Tale, I think there's only like, at the time of this recording, which is the day of the patch notes, I think there's like 33 or 34 days left. So, probably like the first or second week of January would be a Tigrin's Tale. That's the update. Assuming it's update 3.01. I'm excited. I said it 1,000 times already. I hope y'all are too. I have to go record some gameplay for this video because I don't know what it is yet. But I want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, super kick that like button. Go ahead, check out my channel for more videos I've done. An entire playlist of nothing but Paladin stuff. Road to rank, other shenanigans of the nature, all random gameplay stuff. Go check it out. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. And until next time,
Capture
Goodbye.
point starting in 15 seconds.
Enemies behind us. Incoming.
Capture point has bombed. Pay for that. Victory! The pack prevails!
Good game.